Alright, we're back. We're just going to do some basic maintenance and do an oil change on this thing. The only tool you'll really need is a 14mm wrench, because you probably shouldn't have tightened your oil filter on there tighter than by hand. So first things we're going to do here is we'll crack this open a little bit. Crankcase where you put your oil, and that way it'll drain a lot easier. And you can get down on the ground with your 14 either socket or wrench, which I already have my socket wrench down there, and you take off the oil drain plug. And change gloves here, I got a little messy. It's draining right now. Let's see what else I got here. Best thing to have with you is a couple paper towels and some extra gloves. It helps this whole process out a whole bunch. So if you got extra paper towels and extra gloves, you can go. I like to take my bolt here and clean it up some. Before I put it back on, make sure there's no debris on it. You definitely want your oilers to be as clean as possible. This cap up. I just leave the cap right there. So I'm gonna get back down and see how much further we got to go. Well, she's still coming out at a good rate. Pull my oil filter off here pretty quick. Like I said, if you put your oil filter on there yourself, you should be able to just take it off by hand. You never want to tighten it any harder than by hand. Is it still leaking out or what? Yeah, she's still going. Alright, I like to use, when I change my oil, I like to use Mobile One. Mobile One products are pretty good. I also like to use Lucas, and this is the heavy duty oil stabilizer, because when we get these engines, they already have 50,000 miles on them. And so this just extends the life of them by a long shot. I like this stuff. Let's see. Take a quick peek back down here. Oh, and it's still draining pretty good. Yeah, nothing like waiting for oil to drain, huh?
Oh, I know. It's getting right here. Yeah, it's fine. You're welcome. I give you the other one. Have a good one.
Alright,
Bye.
come on. It's still draining, but I pulled the pan just far enough forward that I can pull this, and I need to move over just a little bit further. But when I pull the filter, it'll spill right in that pan also. So I'm going to reach in from the top right here and try to grab this filter because it's right there. puppies, puppies on there. Oh. I got it though, nice. It's gonna spill quite a bit. I was using genuine Toyota oil filter this last time. OEM spec. Not going to be using that same kind this time. Let's see. Like I said, paper towels are like seriously a good investment. Okay, so now while that's draining out and while that is draining out, I'm going to go and get my new oil filter out of the house real quick. So just like we were using before, this is a, or I mean with the Mobile One anyways, same brand. So this is a Mobile One filter. In our car or any 4AGE, if you want to use the short one, it's the M1 103A. You usually get this at Walmart. And it's a lot cheaper than going to AutoZone or even to O'Reilly's. Now, I don't know anybody likes to do this still or not. This is still a thing for me though, which is pre-lube your filter, which is just pour a little bit of oil in there. And then you take clean finger or clean glove and just put it around the seal right out here. Another thing to look for too is when you're putting your oil filter back on, guys or gals, is to make sure that you didn't leave this gasket on there from the previous filter. Because if you have two gaskets, then it'll just have an oil leak and it'll be a bad nightmare, and you don't want any of that. Reach back down in here with my pre-lube filter here. Like I said, I only recommend putting those things on there hand tight. And I'm going to take another, like I said, paper towel because I keep them handy. I'm going to wipe that puppy down for next time when I'd like to take it off. It will make a difference. And I'd like to be able to take it off. Okay, so that is right there. Okay, so this is the point where if you like to have a really clean engine, you just take some of this while you make sure your oil pan is back in the correct position first, because you moved it just a little bit to get the filter. Okay, now I got that going. I'm going to take some of this and just kind of like flush the system with it. I have a funnel over here. I need to wipe it out also. Another reason why you need all these paper towels. I know this video is super long just for a stupid ass oil change, but you know what? It has to be done. It's basic maintenance on everybody's cars. Everybody's got to do it, or pay somebody to do it. I'm just trying to help you guys out, show you how easy it is to do it, and maybe some good products to use if you like your engine to last. Lucas products have been the best to me. And I'm not exactly nice to my engine. She likes to rev. Okay, that's all cleaned out now too. So here's a good piece to have, is that. And we're gonna do the flush. And so let's take a look at it. We'll do like half quart. for a flush. Give or take. Yeah. We'll let that drain out. I'll put this plug back in here. As soon as this is done out, I will put the plug back in it. Then I'll run some Lucas through there. And then I'll put the rest of the oil in there. Call this done. It's a good thing to flush your system out though with fresh oil. It doesn't hurt anything. Oil's fairly cheap still. Fairly. Yeah, it sure does take a long time to drain out, doesn't it? You know, not just like half a quart. Come on, baby. She's almost done draining. Like I said, I'm sorry guys, this is so boring watching oil drain. This is what you want though. Make sure this job's done right. Okay, I'm gonna put my drain plug back in. And with my 14mm wrench, socket wrench actually, I am just going to lightly tighten it, and I mean ever fucking so lightly tighten it. And I'm gonna call that good on the oil pan. Some people think that you need to torque spec that, but it just needs to be hand tight, in all honesty. So I'm gonna pull this drain pan out, get ready to recycle the old oil, because that's what you do, is you recycle the old oil. See, there you go, hand tighten, that's it. That's all I've ever done, and I've never had any issues. And that's the same thing with the oil filter as well. 0 issues. And if you didn't hear me before, that was a 14 to get that out of there. Let me throw this away real quick. Okay, drain plugs back in. We are going to use, and I don't use the whole bottle like it recommends. I use half bottle. I don't know why, I just do. Now these things work a lot better when you warm them up, but it was in the house. So yeah, there's about half that bottle. Or so. There you go, half the bottle. Let's just call that half. Wait till it's done doing its thing. Come on, baby. Get that little stringer off there. Alright, there you go. Boom. There's half a bottle of that. And then I just put the lid back on for next time. Because this is good stuff. And that stuff, because it's so thick, it takes a long time for it to drain into your engine real quick. So there's no real quick about it. It's still going. We thought draining it out before was bad. Whew. Some slow stuff, but man, it makes the engine last so much longer and runs so much smoother. Like I said, I used half of a quart of that, so it's replacing a half a quart of oil. I mean, that's real basic knowledge right there. Let's see. And these little 1.6s, they don't take that much oil. Let's see. And yet again, I will be getting out another paper towel, just so we can check the level of this oil, see if we need to add any more. Or take some out, And I have the drain pan right there if I overfill it also, which you never want to do on any engine is overfill it. That's really important. So you just take your little dipstick after you let this kind of run for a minute. And ours, well mine, 20 valve is back here. Let's give this puppy a wipe. Sure it's nice and clean. Okay, and then, since this is done draining, you know it's done draining, stick your head in there, find the little hole. There we go. And let's take a quick reading just to see basically where we're at. It's not an absolute correct one, but it'll be fair. And you know what? This stuff is so thin, you can't even see it. So crazy. And let's try that again. See if I can see it this time. I didn't see anything on that stick. Not even reading yet. All right. All right. Okay, so that's basically a half quart. I guess that's a full quart. Yeah, like I said, it's a process. So there are, I don't know, let's see what that does. Should be about 2 quarts-ish, I guess. 1, 2, yeah. Let's take a quick glance. Yeah, she's full for a cold full. So 2.5 quarts, give or take, to get the job done. And that was with adding Lucas with that. Let's see. Let's start it up. Clean this crap up that I just spilled because I'm a dummy. Let's see. You guys will bear with me one more second. I will go get the keys and we will fire it up and take a quick listen, and then I'll get a warm reading. Fire in the hole. Yeah, that oil was pretty dirty.
She had 3,000 miles on the dot, but you can't judge that by that because there's been other fluids in there too. Anyways, everybody has a great rest of their day.